Welcome to Sherpa Dave's Race Recon series. On this channel, I try and make Zwift more fun and more approachable for riders young and old. As you can see, I fall more into the old category myself, but I don't let that stop me. If you like what you see here today, why don't you take a look at some of the other videos that we have on the channel, and if you like those, maybe hit that subscribe button down in the bottom corner.
Classics Week 3 is the Crit City Slam, which is a laps of Crit City's Downtown Dolphin route or course. Each class will do a different number of laps, so if you know your class, then that'll tell you how many laps you're going to do. From Class 1 doing 20 laps or 40 kilometers to Class 6 doing 10 laps or 20 kilometers. So how do you score points in this? Well, it is a short lap around and you do lots of laps. So what WTRL have done is indicated that each third lap is a hot lap, and that's where FAL and FTS points will be made. So that's lap 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and 18 respectively. But there are no indicators in the race that you're on a hot lap, so you have to know what lap you're on, whether or not it's a hot lap or whether it's a just sit-in lap. Okay, there are power-ups given at the start-finish gate, 1 per lap, and they're either going to be the steamroller, which flattens the surface to asphalt, and there's 1 point in the lap that's good for. The aero, of course, that decreases your drag, makes you more slippery, and the ghost, which gives you 10 seconds of invisibility, which if you're going to make a break away from everybody else, being invisible means they can't see you do that. Bike choices are pretty straightforward here. You are going to go for the slipperiest, fastest bike that you have. It's all flat, so I'll be riding the S-Works Venge with the Zip 858 disc wheels. Let's jump in a little bit more. I will actually give you a full set of bike suggestions 1 or 2 slides down the road. You'll obviously handle laps differently depending on whether it's a hot lap or not, but either way, the course starts flat for the first 850 meters before you hit that cobbled climb, which is where you'll want to use your steamroller. The cobbled climb is followed by a short flat and then a bumpy downhill where pace will pick up before you have that final couple of 100-meter hot lap sprint to the start-finish gate and then start it all again. Bike choices are pretty easy this week. It's flat throughout, even the slight bump up. The prime is really not going to impact anything, so you want to go as aero as you possibly can. For me, that means the S-Works Venge with the Zip 858s. For you, it's probably something on this list. I did take a look at the new Dogma, and while I would desperately love to have one in real life, I don't think that it adds any benefit here, mainly because I think it's available at level 32, and at level 33 you can get the S-Works Venge, so maybe for 1 level it gives you a couple of seconds benefit till the Venge comes in. I broke the DS sheet into 2 sections, the first and second lap of each cycle, and then the hot laps. Of course, the course is the same regardless. The difference is going to be your attitude and potentially where you use and how you use the power-ups. As we saw on the map, the first 900 meters is flat, and then you have that short cobbled climb of 200 meters where you will want to use the steamroller. After that, it's flat for 300 meters and you have those 4 bumps down. Immediately after the 4 bumps down, on the hot lap, you're going to want to use your ghost to steal a break ahead of the hairpin. And then as you go around the hairpin, use your right judgment to know when you're going to hit that aero helmet to steal a march on your competitors. And that is the lap. You will do, obviously, a lot of them. Okay, here we go with the lap. I am going to run it at double speed, except right at the end. So you can see that counter ahead of you. The thing you need to be aware of is it counts down the laps, which is great to know when the last lap is, but really does not help you at all knowing when the hot laps are. And of course the hot laps are where you're going to get your intermediate, first across the line and fastest through segment points. And remember, a segment here is an entire lap. So you're pretty much going to sit in your group and rest through this flat. If you see an opportunity to leap to the group ahead of you, you should totally take that. But other than that, this is really all about resting for the first 900 meters of the lap. As we round this bend, we are approaching the cobbled climb, the church as you kind of give away, and as you hit that red line, if you have the steamroller, whatever your lap, you want to use it here to flatten it out. It'll give you a great opportunity to make that leap to the next group or to just sit in and rest. Same is true of this flat section. If you've got the legs after the climb, again, it's an opportunity for you to take a look at everyone else and see if you can make a leap to the people in front of you. From the last bend to the next, it's pretty flat, slightly downhill, as you can see, so pace will pick up, particularly on a hot lap. But this is the section that I think is the most important of the race. It's a series of downward bumps, and what you want to do here is accelerate on the down and then drive power up, so you accelerate all together and your pace coming out should be much faster. If you're on a hot lap, you want to use the ghost here so no one can see you accelerate through. As you round the bend, there's 100 meters to go. You will use your knowledge of your own sprint to know when to hit that aero button. We're 50 meters in now. We are done. I'm going to leave you with the ride on a page sheet. You can of course download this and the other downloadables from the Coffee Club, link down below, and I'll see you out there. Ride on, everybody.